You are listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast exploring Scripture and all things related to it. New episodes are released daily. For more information, check out glossahouse.com and subscribe to our channels on Spotify and YouTube. Welcome and enjoy.
Good morning. I want to welcome you back to Constituent Marking with Fred Long, and this is Fred Long. Yeah, it is a morning here, and you might hear birds chirping in the background. It's a beautiful morning, and we're going to be looking at 1 Corinthians 14:7. Homos ta apsuka phone didonta ita avlos ita kithara ean diastole tis fingis me do pos gnosthesete to evlu menon e to kitharizo menon. All right, I see there's a question there being asked. All right, so we're going to do some constituent marking. We encounter something a little bit unusual. The homos at the beginning is a type of conjunction. I'll put a green box by that. In fact, I could probably scan through and look for any other conjunctions. And I see a pair of itas there. This is marking sameness, the te there. Ita avlos, ita kithara, flute or lyre. All right, so, and the homos is a little bit unusual. It doesn't occur that often, twice actually in Paul, and it is from the word homos, the adjective, which means like or same. And so here it's probably functioning as a comparative word, likewise. Likewise. Okay, so then what do we have here? We have a ta apsuka phonein didonta. So what's going on here? The apsuka, ta apsuka, is actually a subject. Now it's neuter, could be nominative or accusative, plural. And we're going to see that in context, it is going to be the subject. Didonta is a participle that is describing or further qualifying the apsuka. Now, apsuka is from suke. It's related to suke, which means soul or life. And here you have this alpha privative on it, and it's negating that. So it's lifeless things. So likewise, lifeless things giving a sound, phone. So didonta is modifying apsuka. So I think this is really a subordinate clause. It's the didonta. It's notice that the subject of it that's governing the noun, which is really an attributive or a substantive adjective, is has an article with it, and then the didonta doesn't. So this is setting up kind of a framework in regard to the main verb. It's pre-nuclear, and then and what's happening here is you're having a big violation of word order, probably for the sake of some discontinuity with what has just gone before. Now, I'm just going to go back and just quickly look at that. What has gone before is Paul has asked this question: what will I benefit you if I will not speak to you either in a revelation or in knowledge or in a prophecy or in teaching? So he's asking this question: what will I benefit you? Really, unless I speak in some recognizable way. And then Paul says in next verse, likewise, the lifeless things, while they are giving a sound, whether a flute an avlos or a lyre, whether a flute or lyre, if they do not give a distinction with respect to the sounds, how gnosthesita, how will that which is fluted and that which is lyred. So it's interesting here. You have these verbs that are participles that are neuter. They're passive. They're present passive participles, and they're nominative neuter singular. And so what's happening is that these are actually the verbs of the will be known, the gnosthesita. So the thesita is a future passive indicative. How will it be known? Now what's being known is that which is signaled or fluted, and that which is lyred, that which is played by the lyre. So this is a really interesting sentence here. It's got two processes, ita, and then aeon. So ita is further elaborating the lifeless things, and I need to go to a different color. So these are really filling out the lifeless things while they are giving a sound, whether it be a flute or a lyre. Okay? Now, E is used because it is a matter of fact. The conditional E is making this a matter of fact, and the te is adding a similarity. So here, Paul is elaborating on the type of lifeless thing giving a sound. And then it comes, then the main process is if it does not give. So do is here the subjunctive mood working with aeon. So if they do not give a distinction in sounds. So this do is actually present active subjunctive. No, it's not present. It's aorist active subjunctive third singular, but it's working with a third plural verb. Subject, third plural subject. So lifeless things, if they don't give a distinction in sound. So it's okay to have neuter plural working with third singular. That's what's happening there. So there's a lot to unpack here. The omos is indicating likewise. And then you have this fronted subject, which has in itself its own subordinate clause while giving a sound. And then you have two processes, ita, and then aeon with the subjunctive. All that is the setup. And then you have the main sentence. The main sentence is found at the end, and it's how will that which is fluted and played with the lyre be known? So how will what is being played be known if the lifeless things, whether it be a flute or a lyre, does not give a distinction in sound? Okay, so the logic is kind of tight here. The grammar is very interesting. A lot of subordinate clauses, and then ending with a question. Well, I hope you found this helpful to unpack this really interesting verse. Look forward to having you listen and watch next time. Take care.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.